Coffs Harbour High School is uniquely positioned within walking distance of local beaches and surrounded by a variety of sporting facilities, including the CEX International Stadium and multiple fields and courts. This proximity allows the schools to accommodate large class sizes by utilising external spaces for physical education. The school community is highly diverse, with a significant Sikh and refugee population. In fact, 19% of students come from a language background other than English, and 10.7% receive learning support, reflecting a wide range of educational and cultural needs. Socioeconomic data shows that 70% of students come from low-income families, which has implications for access to resources, extracurricular participation, and overall engagement in PDHPE. These demographic and environmental factors shape the way games and sports must be taught, with a strong emphasis on inclusivity, accessibility, and cultural responsiveness. In addition to its cultural diversity, Coffs Harbour High School supports 9.3 of students who identify as Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander, with a dedicated Aboriginal advising teacher helping embed cultural protocols and respectful practices into school life. The school is actively working to increase participation and enjoyment in PDHPE for girls, recognising the need for inclusive, non-threatening environments that promote confidence and engagement. There's also a strong emphasis on student attendance, with a target of 90% or higher, a goal that reflects the school's commitment to consistent engagement and well-being. For students experiencing social or emotional challenges, Coffs Harbour High School offers support through the Lighthouse Learning Centre, which provides a safe space and tailored interventions. These factors of cultural inclusion, gender equity, emotional support, and attendance are central to how I've designed my games-based approach. They inform not only the pedagogy I've chosen, but also the modifications and assessment strategies I'll present. When planning for inclusivity at Coffs Harbour High School, it's essential to balance the curriculum requirements with the diverse needs of students and the school community. This includes creating meaningful opportunities for girls to participate confidently in sport, especially in environments that respect cultural expectations and promote safety. For students from non-English speaking backgrounds, lessons must be accessible using visual cues, simplified language, and peer support to ensure understanding. Cultural needs must also be accommodated, particularly where clothing or religious practices may affect participation in games and sports. Finally, we must consider neurodivergent students, incorporating flexible roles and support from the Lighthouse Learning Centre to ensure every learner feels safe, valued, and engaged. Within the Australian HPE's curriculum, games and sports are a central focus area, and in New South Wales there's a strong requirement for inquiry-based approaches to support student learning. At Coffs Harbour High School, where many students come from disadvantaged backgrounds, a game sense pedagogy offers a powerful way to meet both curriculum requirements and student needs. This approach allows students to guide their own learning journey, making decisions, solving problems, and reflecting on their performance, all within the context of play. Importantly, game sense reduces reliance on complex verbal instruction, making it more accessible for students with language barriers or learning support needs. With the teacher acting as a facilitator, students build tactical awareness, movement skills, and confidence, all while engaging in a game that's inclusive, culturally relevant, and fun. For this presentation, I've selected Kabaddi, a traditional game played widely across Asia, particularly in India. This choice aligns with the Australian HPE curriculum's emphasis on culturally significant games and reflects the rich cultural diversity of Coffs Harbour High School. Kabaddi is especially relevant given the school's large Sikh and refugee student population and the fact that Coffs Harbour regularly hosts the Australian Sikh Games, where Kabaddi is a celebrated event. The game's simplicity makes it highly adaptable. It's easy to learn, requires minimal equipment, and can be modified to promote participation among girls especially those who may be hesitant to engage in traditional contact sports. Kabaddi teaches core invasion tactics such as offensive raiding, defensive positioning, and spatial awareness, skills that transfer seamlessly to sports like basketball, soccer, and AFL. Traditionally and simply put, Kabaddi is played between two teams of 7 players on a rectangular court specifically marked for the game. During play, one offensive player, known as the raider, enters the opposing team's half with the goal of tagging defenders and returning safely to their own side. The defender's aim is to stop the raider by tackling them before they cross back into their own half. If successful, the defending team earns a point. If the raider escapes after tagging, the offensive team scores. The objective is to accumulate as many points as possible, either by tagging opponents or preventing the raider's return. This structure fits squarely within the category of invasion games, where teams compete to invade space, score points, and defend territory, making Kabaddi an ideal vehicle for teaching tactical awareness, movement principles, and team coordination. As an invasion sport, Kabaddi relies on a range of sophisticated offensive and defensive tactics, including positioning, timing, and technique, all of which are transferable to other sports within the same category. For example, the way defenders position themselves to tag the raider mirrors the use of defensive formations in football, where players work collectively to cover space and restrict the opposition's movement. While Kabaddi operates on a smaller scale, the tactical principles remain consistent, from anticipating movement to coordinating team responses. These similarities make Kabaddi an ideal teaching tool for developing tactical awareness, especially in students who may later engage in sports like soccer, basketball, or AFL. By learning through play, students build a foundation of movement literacy and strategic thinking that can be applied across multiple sporting contexts. To ensure Kabaddi is inclusive for all learners at Coffs Harbour High School, I've proposed 3 key modifications that respond to specific diversity factors. First, to support gender inclusion, especially for girls, I've removed physical contact and introduced hip flags. This change promotes safety and comfort while maintaining the tactical integrity of the game. Secondly, to accommodate cultural and linguistic diversity, including Sikh and refugee students, I've incorporated simplified rules, such as reducing the line markings on the field of play to take away complex rules like bonus lines and lobby areas. These adjustments reduce language barriers and respect cultural practices around dress and modesty. Third, for students with neurodivergent profiles or social emotional needs, I've introduced role rotation and choice-based participation. This allows students to engage in ways that suit their strengths, whether as players, referees, or strategists, and supports confidence building through flexible involvement. These modifications ensure that Kabaddi is not only culturally relevant, but is also safe, accessible, and empowering for every student. To assess learning in this lesson, students will complete a brief self-assessment focused on 3 key areas: movement principles, tactical awareness, and teamwork. This reflective process encourages students to evaluate their own progress and identify areas of growth. To deepen understanding, teachers will guide students through higher order questioning using structured tools like the Play with Purpose template. This framework prompts critical thinking across tactical domains such as time, space, force, and control, helping students connect their decisions to strategic concepts. These assessment strategies support the curriculum's emphasis on inquiry-based learning, while also accommodating diverse communication styles and learning needs. By combining self-reflection with guided questioning, we create a learning environment that values insight, effort, and inclusive engagement.